Evening, Hassocks, how are we doing? We didn't know what to say at the start then, did we? We were a bit like, ooh. It's lovely to be here, lovely to be here. I've been looking forward to this gig for a little while, and I'll tell you why. I'm currently living at home with my mum, because, you know, the career is just fucking flying, to be honest. I've been there since I graduated from university, right? I did sports coaching in Liverpool. I graduated in the summer. And I've now come to realise, after 3 years of hard graft and study, I've come out with a degree in fucking rounders, okay? To be honest, you'd think moving back home would be alright, you think, you know, there wouldn't be any teething problems. My mum is a different woman, she's changed. She's always on my back now. She asks me questions like, Harry, why is it so hard living at home? You know, what's so different about it all? I'm like, what do you mean? What is so different about it? You've turned my bedroom into an office. And another thing, where the fuck has my dad gone? And who's Brian? It's upsetting. I lived it up in the summer, that was the thing after uni. I went to Greece with a girlfriend, took her away. I'm that type of guy, you know. So, yeah, we went... Cheers, love. Yeah, we went to Greece, right? We had 2 weeks in the summer. It was brilliant. I kind of spoiled it though, okay? Because we had an argument when we were away. Nearly took us to breaking point. I admitted to her that I had a wee in the swimming pool, okay? Before you lot judge me, right, and pick her side, I think it's fair to say most people have had a piss in a pool. You know, someone had a shit earlier in a bath. So that sets the tone, doesn't it? But my girlfriend, she couldn't get her head around it. She was like, Harry Alexander Stachini, that is awful. And I knew I was in trouble because she said my full name. I thought, fuck, right, I'm in trouble now. She's like, it's absolutely awful, disgusting. Can't believe you're doing it. She don't even sound like this, you know. It's just in my head, I wish she did. So that is absolutely gross. That is proper disgusting. You are a grown man. I'm like, think of the kids. I'm like, think of the kids. They're doing it too. And I wasn't flapping it around at the edge of the pool, nothing like that. I went for the more traditional approach. The more British approach. I went and found that secluded area in the pool. And then stood there for a short time. And then just out of nowhere broke into a breaststroke. Because it masks the act, right? You know, no one tells what you're doing, but it also pushes that cloud of piss around you. You know, it's up here for thinking, that's the thing. She didn't speak to me though for the last 3 days of the holiday. And that was honestly fine by me, because I don't know if you've seen someone try to put sun cream on their own back, but it's fucking hilarious. But for me, the holiday didn't finish right, because when we got back, all the holiday photos were produced and printed out, and that's another holiday in itself, isn't it? You know, you're looking forward to it. And she framed a picture of me that she said to her favourite, and it's a picture of me stood in the middle of the pool, looking out over the beach. She's like, I took it when you weren't looking. I'm like, obviously, it's on the back of my head. But the more she's talking to me, and the more I'm looking at this picture, I can't help but think I really might have been having a piss then, you know. I just haven't got the heart to tell her. That's the thing, I've been with her, what, for nearly 4 years now, 4 years, and there's probably a lot of people in relationships here, and I think we can agree on this one. There's a lot of stresses and tensions that come with a relationship. It evolves over time. Initially, the first one was meeting her parents. That's a big deal, very big deal, because you can't afford to fluff that. No, someone sniggered, they definitely have. You can't, because you'll just get labelled as a knobhead from early doors. You sniggered again, you definitely did, didn't you? Because if you do, right, honestly, it's failure. You want that little knobhead surprise to be a nice little one for them a couple of months later. You know, let them find out then, not straight away. But it took them 3 weeks for me. But when my girlfriend said I was going to go meet her dad, I'd gone out the night before for my best friend's birthday, and you've got to bear in mind, my mates are big rugby players, like proper brutes, you know, they drink, they do everything, and I don't fit into that bracket, you know, I moisturise far too frequently. I'm the only man in history, okay, to be thrown out of a strip club for singing along too loud to a song, okay? That's not acceptable. But that night with the fellas, right, I got stuck in. Probably going to be a bit surprised there, right? There was WKD and cocaine everywhere. Okay, I'm not proud of it, you know, but I can throw a good party. No, and a few of you are probably thinking, Harry, you surprised us there, but you know, I'm only messing about. I don't actually drink WKD. But that night was brilliant. The last memory I have of it was some absolute weapon trying to order a pizza from a cash point while his mate had an argument with his own reflection. I was like, what is going on? So I got back and just crashed out, falling naked on the settee. So then wake up, I'd say about 3 hours later, and discovered that in 30 minutes I was going to go meet my girlfriend's dad. And while I'd been sleeping, all my fingernails had been painted. But what worried me was they'd been painted fucking well, right? Someone had clearly took the time on these. So I'm trying to piece together what's happened, right? I'm grabbing my clothes, I start making my way over to her dad's. But when I arrived at the house, her dad caught me off guard as I'm coming through the door, and I'm taking my shoes off. So he's come bounding over towards me with his arm extended out, and he went, "Hey Harry, my name's Mark, nice to meet you." And I just fucking panicked, and without saying a word, I just bowed. It was awful. Because even like 15 minutes later, right, he's still giving me this funny look. He quizzed me on my Japanese heritage, right? That's what got me. But he's eyeing me up and down. He's giving me this funny look, and I can't figure out as to why this is. But it was very apparent that when I come through the door, I'd already taken one of my shoes off, right? To discover that not only had my fingernails been painted, but so had my fucking toes. We've been together 3.5 years, nearly 4, and I'm pretty sure her dad thinks I'm a Japanese exchange student. You know, I've got nothing to come back to that. I was quite lucky as well, because as well as Greece, I went to Europe for a couple of pals after that. I know Greece won't be in Europe soon, so it's alright. But yeah, that's a little politic joke, man. Probably wouldn't do politics. But I'm dyslexic. So I don't know why I'm telling you this really, it's in part of the set, it's just coming out. Hang on. You're fucking this up, you lot. Right, I was in Europe, that's where I went, to Europe. And yeah, I went with a couple of pals. To be honest, it was better than Greece, but just don't tell her that, you know, you should be fuming. But we had a lovely time. But I did meet my fair share of dickheads, okay? And I'm talking the patronising traveller, you know, some twat in a sarong, telling me about how it's found and stuff, you know. really got away, you know who I am now. Got to touch my true stuff. I mean, you know, Rupert knows who just Rupert is. That's Rupert, you're a bit of a prick, you know what I mean? Just, it's rubbish. It's all this rubbish I found myself. I was away for 2 months. Right? I went to 8 different cities, 13 different countries, travelled about 7,500 miles, and all I ever found was no matter where you go in this world, you will always find an Irish bar. Right? Fact. They are fucking everywhere. It's a fact of life. And I found myself in one of these places in Germany. Right? And with an Irish bar comes 3 fundamental elements, okay? Drinking games, rugby teams from all over the globe, and some knock-off local band that will not stop singing Wonderwall and repeat. It's a great song, it's a great song. It sounds awful though, in a German accent. For example. The backbeat, the daddies on the streets, that's a fire in your heart, you know. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it out. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I could do the entire song, right? He got to the chorus, he said, Wonderwall, I nearly cried. But they're fucking brilliant places to people are, I love doing that. Because you'll notice different nationalities and like knocking around the bar. Out of nowhere, this fellow was like, Gareth, they do Strongbow, man! I can't believe it, it's just like home. Mate, of course it is, you know. You're a Welshman in an Irish bar in the middle of fucking Germany. You know, how can this not be like Barry Island? You know what I mean? But the longer you stay in them, right, the more hostile the customer will tend to get. And I've noticed a group of Aussie lads who were getting particularly quite rowdy. But coming around about 10:30, something happened that I think I myself and everyone else in the bar wasn't expecting. As the leader of the Aussie pack had stood up and challenged the entire bar to a drinking contest. Can I borrow this for a second? Sound, mate, just give some authenticity. He stood up, right, he challenged the entire bar to a drinking contest by going, Roy! Which one of you fucking fairies reckons you can out-drink me and my boys? Right, I'm sat at the bar, drinking a cranberry juice, okay? Because I've got a urine infection. From pissing in the Just thinking, I hope to God he's not talking to me. But then one of the Welsh lads that was stood at the bar said, well, don't know about you, mate, but that sounds like a fucking challenge. Right, the bar erupts. They're going into battle, and I'm thinking, shit. I need to go and find a seat because, heaven forbid, I spill this cranberry juice. You know, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. It's a disaster, isn't it? So, I'm trying to make my way around the edge of the room when about 6 lads come charging out the smoking area to be followed up by their leader, who come out with probably one of the most beautiful, drunken, poetic sentences I have ever heard, as he screamed the words, "Hast thou one more space, s'il vous plaît?" Right, as we were in Germany, okay? So, I'm now trapped in the middle of these 3 groups of lads. I don't know what to do. And the leader of the Aussie pack, he's noticed me. And he went, "Oh, man, what side do you stand on?" And I was like, "To be honest, pal, I am just here to watch the football. That's it for me. I'm not getting involved." He went, "Oh, well, fuck that anyway. You know, there's no way I'm having a footy fan on our team." Again, I was fine with that. I did not want to be involved. Right, but surprisingly, the Welsh lads, very fucking accommodating. Like, no worries, mate. Doesn't matter if you like football or not, you know. We'll be happy to have you. Won't we, Gareth? Gareth just nods his head. Right, but that didn't sit well with the lads from Leeds. They said, "Well, no, I mean, he's English. You know, so therefore, he'll drink with us. Comprende?" So what I thought was going to be quite a night watching the football, it's now turned into a minimum for my drinking services, and it's getting fucking heated. Everyone's arguing, and I'm just in the middle of this. But then Gareth, who's not said a word all night, not a peep, pipes up with "Stop!" And everyone stopped and looked directly at me. And he went, "Oh my God, man, please tell me that's not a cranberry juice in your hand." So I just fucking piped and I bowed. That's it, so I mean, that's the team you do.